we're going to start the recording. All right. Let's do this. Marl Ayla is interesting. It'll kind of depend who our third and fourth end up being. No, I hadn't really played Gato Cup flags until the last week or so I haven't played these exact flags very much. No, my mentee's at about a 220, but they'll probably get sub 2 on their next seed. They've learned a lot from the last couple seeds. All right, start looking for our stuff. All right, important thing for this first grind spot is making sure you switch targets. For a lot of teams, that'll make sure that you don't waste the crits. But here we actually had Ayla, so we don't even have to worry about that. So we could have Dinodoro grinded as well, but I don't mind getting the shelter, and the power tab will be nice. Yeah, it's not bad. Marl's slow, so like if I'm gonna run Ayla as my other party member, that's a little bit harder of a sell than if I'm just gonna run like Luca and Chrono. I don't need as many speed tabs along the way. Not as big of a deal for Gato Cup because you tend to run into more speed tabs, but in standard flags and especially stuff like Lost Worlds where you get almost no speed tabs, um, speed is a very important factor for building a team. Like this isn't bad. This isn't a bad core, but I'm real interested in what I'll get. All right, set up bridge. Go down to the next market. Nothing there for us. So then we head to the free loot here. We could have done Dinodoro grind right here as well. Rainbow. If I do end up having to auto through that Naga at fight, that'll help. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't super closely watching my text, so I will end up having to menu. We're still missing revives. Perfect. All right. See what Snail Stop is gonna give us. Bent Hill. I'm gonna buy it just so. Oh, I didn't have quite enough, so I'll just leave it. I keep thinking it's like 9,800, not 9,900. I could have fixed it at the shop. I had enough loot I could have sold. This is another shop you can check if you're still looking for stuff. And we need a stack of heals still, so. Oh, and straight to Carpenter. Prism Shard. Interesting. So that's open early. Almost forgot the speed tab here. And up and left. Gets us to the Elder's house. Real quick, I'm checking my techs. Yeah, I didn't think I rolled an AoE. I would have caught that, I felt like. I think that Marl weapon might change things for this too. It's not like a super great weapon, but it should be good enough to maybe change the way this works to one-shots. Okay, it's going to take Ayla 2, but Marl 1, so that's pretty decent. Actually, take that. So we're going to wait. We're not going to use Ayla here. We're going to wait for the ATB to fill, use Marl's auto. That'll do. Frog would be really nice here. Luca would be alright. We could work with Luca. Magus would be unfortunate because we wouldn't get any techs on him, but he'd be a good character for this spot. And we're going to get Frog. I sure like Frog. Dropkick Glacier Ice Toss is what it's given us for single target damage. And then we'd be using Water 2 and Ice 2 to kind of get through everything else. Not bad. Alright, and then I grab this chest in Gato Cup. In regular seeds, I would skip that chest probably. But it can be good selling fodder too. Come on, Frog, do 13. Good stuff. We're hoping for a Frog AoE to be on the way. So we're going to check that. It's Slurp. So I'm actually going to leave front of Cathedral because one grind fight would make a huge, like it would make a big difference for Frog. We don't have an AoE, so we can't make like a quick play to Hecarim here. We're not strong enough necessarily. We don't have enough tools to go roll a boss on Dinodoro. So so we're actually going to just take this grind fight again. We could have done the start of Dinodoro as well. It would have gotten us 8 tech points. But we only need 2 for the tech double on Frog. So we're just gonna grab this. Because if this does get us water too, then we have tools to kind of go wherever we want from there. We could do Hecarim and then back a Cathedral. Oh, just cure 2 though. Now we look at what everybody's learning. And it's all trash. So, let's check bridge. Okay. Okay. We're gonna check bridge. It could be a boss that we're not ready for, but it's at least then it would be much faster to find than going all the way to back of Hecarim, and we just don't have a good way to clear Hecarim. I mean, we might roll a character, or like we might roll a boss at the back of Cathedral that we could get through, and it wouldn't matter. But if we do get like Terra Mutant, like we're gonna end up right where we are now. Even though getting a character there could roll us an AoE as well. It could be a Chrono, it could be a Luca. Alright, we're gonna take the pendant here. So this is not free. This one's interesting because it's just not giving us water 2, not giving us ice 2, not even ice or water, which we could roll with for a little bit. So my thought was that the organ room was going to be slow. That's the reason I didn't want to go to Becca Cathedral, is the organ room was going to be slow, and then we still had to deal with the boss there and what it rolled. So this place has legendary drops on the enemies here. Not always, but oh, slasher. That'd be all right if Chronos at Guardia. I think Chrono would end up on the team if I got him. All right. So, but we're running the same kind of risk with the boss here. We could easily run into a boss we don't have the tools to take out. We'll be quick about resetting if that's the case. And it's a pretty low boss HP spot. Come on, not one of the 2 higher mutants. Not Nizbul. What? Oh, okay. We're okay for this. We're low damage, but all right. Oh, we gotta not miss, y'all. This is that evasion issue where early on you just have such low, or the bosses have such high evasion compared to your hit. So this could be a minute. See what happens. Oof, chaos. I wonder. I'm gonna start trying Marl's auto. Her auto might be as good as Ayla's attack. All right, come on, frog, stay alive and wake up. Good stuff. Okay, we just got to drill through this. Ooh, frog, you are not attacking anymore. Marl, you're allowed to. Oh, don't drop him. I don't want to lose any of this tech points or XP, so I've got to get him up. 420. All right, we're like a Marl and an Ayla away. Oh, come on. Hit more than that 46 you did earlier, Frog. This really wasn't that bad. He did not. Okay. Brave Sword. Another one of those famous drops. So now we can take another look. We're getting closer on stuff. Okay. Well, not bad. Okay. And actually, we're going to get that off of her and onto Frog. Because his hit is kind of noticeably worse early game. Well, I would hate to do Denadoro here. This is really kind of a pickle. I'm going to use the extra XP to go back to Cathedral and see if our other character is worthwhile. I don't know who's staying in the team yet. So we're going to hold off on tabs for a sec. We at least a one-shot all the enemies now. In like the organ room, for example. But if Robo's there, then Desert's in play. If Luca's there, then we probably have a better team combination we can be using. So I'm big on finishing back at Cathedral. And if the seed's not going to give us an AOE, like it really kind of limits where we can go safely and efficiently right now. So another character is 3 more tech rolls. That could be our AOE. That would get us into Hecarim Cave, which would be excellent. Oh, it'd be cool if I one-shot everything in here. Damn. I said 1 second too early. All right. All right. It's going to make a big difference if Marl has Ice 2 on the way about her odds of sticking in the party, especially for this early section. We have Pendant, but we don't have a great answer for if like a mutant happened to be the boss at Dragon Tank spot. So we have to be a little cautious about running there without a way back if things go awry. And let's get... She already has life, so let's get the gold earring on her so that she can life too if things go really awry. And there are bosses we would not be able to beat here, which is why we didn't do this earlier. And that still stays, like, that's still true. But there's bosses that could spawn here that we would have to nope out of. This is not one of them. So it would have hurt to do this before, because I don't think we would have one-shot with anything. Um, but we would have made it through this. But this, we might have saved time coming here second. Oh yeah, we're not even one-shotting now. So, so in like our dream world, we roll an AoE from the Guardia Castle character. We go immediately to Hecarim Cave, and then we head to Future from there, because we'll almost certainly still be more than one key item away. And that's kind of what I'm going to base the decision of when to go to Future, is if I still need at least two pieces of key of most of the go modes, then it makes sense to me to go where there's more checks in the future, and we'd get all that loot. Whereas if we're one piece of go mode away, it might make more sense to head up to Desert and Dinodoro and check it out that way. But this all hinges on me finding an AoE here. That whole plan. I think it's a decent, like, it could definitely happen. Ooh, it's Robo. That means Desert is in play. And I could still get an AoE, but it's less likely because he's only got one good AoE that would get us through what we need. But we'll grab the loot here. Okay, we do have shock. Okay. How far away was triple kick? 43. That's the only other tech we'd need on her, except we'd kind of like tailspin. So we will probably let her get some of that. Okay, cool. We'll probably let her get one of the fights in Hecarim. That way we'll be ready for dual tech shenanigans early. Especially if we go to Future right after Hecarim. We have Prism Shard available to us too, which is kind of funny. That could have been a play. I just feel like we would have been a little weak for that boss spot. But that is something we could do as well. But I really think the Future is going to be an attractive option. Alright, come on, guys. Let me use my spells. Alrighty. Gonna get some tech doubling on Frog. Heal on the way. Cure 2. I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't do it just for the info. But that's just me. Okay. All right, but we want to get into this. We want to get Ayla triple kick because that'll give us more boss options, like more bosses that we're prepared to fight. Need to not mess up on ethering. Not a big deal. Yeah, I'm real attracted to heading to the future. I just thought I would find an AoE, a good AoE first. I'll be real though, Shock opens up a lot of options. All right. Ether after this, because we're going to take the next two fights. I think this will get Ayla what I wanted for her. Oh, it's 3 away. Okay. And I should have ethered there too. It's my slowest character that has to do the tech anyway, but still be faster to menu and do it that way. Darn bats. All right. So I find this bat fight tends to set up tech doubling nice for the next fight. And then I always check if I have something important coming. Rock throw. Oh, heal. Yeah. So I would definitely want heal before I go into whatever this boss is. And then I'll be pretty strong for whatever I run into. Friendly reminder, this and the other jar fight you can get through with just spells on just the jar enemy. So if you only have like Fire 1 or something, you can still come through here and hope you find your AoE on the way through. Okay, sorry. I need to remember what I've got on Frog. Okay, I've got Leap Slash coming. That's actually great. It's gonna be our like dual tech bread and butter. So hey, it's a good thing we. Oh, it's only Mega Mutant. We would have been okay actually. I was gonna say good thing we didn't come here earlier, but it's not a good frog sword anyway. So, oh, targeted the wrong thing there. Just a little misclick. Just do this. All right, that should get us through Mega Mutant. We don't have to worry quite as much about him. Oh, I shouldn't have queued anything. Not a big deal. So we'll see what this is. If it's gate key, it would change our plans in a big way. Otherwise, I really think that future play is the play now. Moonstone, unlikely to change stuff. I think about who I want to take. I'm going to take Ayla because she's the fastest, and I don't have a good weapon on Frog. And then we're going to snag shelters before we go so that we can do the couple checks in the future that are super easily accessible while we're there. Okay. All right. Turn ourselves in and head to prison. It's a weird early game on this seed. We have Dinodoro and Desert available. They will be, frankly, easy checks after this. Um, we will have Eris and Sun Alice immediately available. We have Gino kind of out of the way. Eris will be probably a real easy play here because we still need at least 2 key items. And so Aristome will also get us loot from the early pendant charge. So we could use like gold or silver stud for Ayla. We could use probably. I mean, obviously we could use stuff like speed belt, dash belt. We could use prism specs. It's a number of items we could use that would be in like these high tier chests. So certainly going to be worth us running here and doing that. And get this guy. All right. That'll work. Ooh, that felt bad. That felt slightly off. All right. Man, to have to look for Robo to get an AoE. Come on, fella. There it goes. Oh, a speed-based boss. All right, let's do it. All right, left. There's two. Three. Four. Five. Six. I don't think Tails. I don't know if Tailspin would do enough, and I guess I don't know what the core's health is in this fight. Five. Six or seven. Eight. Don't you do it. All right. Okay, we're just gonna full tonic for safety, and then we're gonna try to get the revives off. At least on Frog, because we need really important techs on him. Okay, that's fine. Clean even. I'll take that. There we go. Yeah, we'll take that finish. All right, and that opens up some stuff for us. Ooh, Silver Stud, very nice. It's gonna help Ayla quite a bit, and may even convince me to keep her fully. Yeah, I know, buddy. Let the door open, please. Oh, kind of trash for those rooms. But we got a free shelter. And we're all set. Real quick. I'm gonna grab this. All right. Ooh, Chrono. Certainly be faster than Robo. If he also comes with an AoE. This room can be finicky, so I'm not gonna mess with party member here. I'm not sure if that's still true, but all right. Okay. Alrighty. Check this shop. Make sure there isn't anything we have to have. No, I don't think so. Okay. Oh, he does have lightning too. So let's see. Oh, a Vedic blade. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a-okay. Okay. Perfect. Lot less speed issues with a team like this. Frog's about to get leap slash. Life 1. Okay. Let's do it. So Sun Palace is obviously open as well. But this will end up getting us some more high tier loot and isn't super long. And it's a Heckran. Damn. This is unfortunate that only he can participate, really. He's trying to use that on Chrono. This isn't a very high HP spot, so we'll just push through. Oh, I'm not supposed to attack during that. It's been a minute since I've run into Heckran in a scary spot. Might be painful. Come on, Heckran. Oof. We're okay. We're okay. Good target there. Okay. Gonna knock Frog out. We're just using this. We just gotta get through this fast. Okay. 3 more. Just trying to get everybody their XP. One more here, I think. Alright, Chrono can take that easy. One more after this and we're set. We're through. Okay, so real quick, we have to Ether, because I'm not confident Slash would finish. But I know Lightning 2 will, and I don't want to get countered. Star Sword. I don't know for sure if that's better than what we have, but we sure did just get a lot of nice single target techs. Alright. That gets us through this side of Aerostone. And we rush through the other side, and there's a pretty nice way to run through that. So Zayden, if you watch this, you can grab that chest in the middle if you want. And then this room's a little bit more interesting. There's a couple enemies you can kind of sneak by without really worrying about. Like that. Alright. Okay, I always like a Mega Elixir. And I always like Prism specs. And then that'll get us our key item. So at this point, we could swap Ayla for Marl if we want to give Marl a chance to get some of her techs. But we also have some really strong dual techs with Ayla right now. So this team's just very physical based. We're kind of missing amazing AoEs for areas like Black Omen. If we ended up getting a Black Omen go mode, we would struggle through a couple of those sections where they'd be slow. Marl wouldn't change that entirely, but she would improve it because she hits harder than Frog does with her spell. And we'd end up with Ice Sword. Ooh, Ruby Knife. Okay. So I know a sword piece is at Snail Stop, so that's not really helping us towards a go mode right now. But we can go straight down here. And let me check. Ooh, Frog's learning it. That's very nice. Alrighty. Sir Slash. Oh, come on now. Get me in a menu. Could have used an ether there too. Or all right, let's get. And then I'm gonna throw out a lapis. Oh no. All right, switch to a triple kick here. Oof. All right, so Zayden can take a hit. So I'm gonna res Chrono. That should let me get a hit, a life one off. Oh, I don't have light one yet. Okay. All right. Well, this saves it, and then I just have to go back to doing damage. Not that bad. We got in a small rough spot. We could have been overhealing a little bit there. You can't take a lot more of these. Perfect. He can't take any more of these. It's also not impossible that Mount Woe could be gate key. But here's gate key. That's an excuse to go to 600. Which is also an excuse to do desert followed by Dinodoro. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We could do Prism Shard easy at this point too. We'll at least set it up. So this is an interesting seed. So let's go check this. No. Yeah, Luca. I thought you might be here. Not a sword piece. Chrono Trigger. So now we're a clone away. Okay, bet. Well, then we have to check Prism Shard, or we have to at least turn it in real quick. And then we'll do Desert, and that way we only have to go change time periods once. That's the play. Did I ever end up with Water 2? 160, that's a lot of tech points away. That makes this a lot less attractive because I can't get the XP, but I think we're okay with it. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna have to skip all the fights here. Old school. All right, Northern Cape Magus. Would have been a little nicer to have drop kick for this, but Spire might do okay. I'm gonna drop a re-raise just in case. Because, yeah. This guy doesn't, or this boss spot doesn't have a ton of HP. Alright, this ought to do it. So this way, then I can go to 1000, uh, get my reward, and go check Prism Shard at the same time. Shiva Edge is real nice here. A lot of levels on that. Perfect. Much better. Okay. Okay. Decent chance we find a go mode here. Or like the way to a go mode. Okay. What's it gonna be? Could still be gate key. Clone would be sick though. Grand Leon. Okay. I'm not gonna be upset about that, honestly. Oh, whoops. Let me throw that on. Drop a shelter. Alright. Dodge these. And let's see what I got. No, Marl should not grab the Robo Ribbon. Okay. So then it's Dinodoro, Geno, or The Long Way to Woe. Alright, we're sprinting up Dinodoro. Alright. Alright, we get one more good old fight here. And then these fights are all worthless for tech points. It's one of the things that makes Dinodoro kind of a not as good of an early game play as it should be, or as it feels like it should be. The speed tab's nice. The rock is nice when you get into like gear rando, but the loot's okay, and the fights are just worthless. Even the boss is like less than one of the fights in the desert, and unfortunately we had to skip those. All right, that puts us about halfway up Dinodoro. Very nice. Alrighty. And hug the wall here. Straight left and down, just like that Hecarim skip. And I haven't used MP or anything, so I don't need to shelter. Alright. As soon as that second rock goes, I run. I run. I can't afford to not have the dual techs for this. It's not worth enough tech points to like force it. This is just a very physical team. And that is why we swapped her back in for the boss. And our boss is gonna be Mud Imp. Alright, Mud Imp is a weird fight. If you have a really good heavy hitting spell, you can use it on the Imp. Otherwise, you can take out the beasts. And I think this will finish. This is where this missing magic is really hurting us on our team building. Alright, one more of those ought to do it. Yeah, that's where like having tailspin would be nice, or having gotten that water 2 or ice 2. We would have had that for that. But we got through it. And I think that boss would have been harder earlier. So I'm really glad I went to the future instead. What's it gonna be? Oh god, it's jerky. So this might be a seed where you would have to go through factory to woe. Like it's still possible it's behind Genodome, but like heck, we'll turn this in because we're here. I can do woe easier because I don't have to take as many fights. So I'm gonna have to do that, I think. Grab this, head straight to Geno. Geno won't. Like, or head straight to factory to woe. It'll be easier than doing Geno. Prism Helm's nice. Because I think the Genodome inside encounters. Well, no, Chrono's Lightning 2 might do it. Is Luminaire at least on the way? No. Damn, okay. Yeah, I've got to do factory. Alright. Oh, I might not have bunched up right. Damn. Yeah, I wasn't quite bunched up enough. I'll at least take the stuff then. And then we're just going to skip right side, of course. Just go straight to left side. Take out that boss. This is going to be a tough seed for a new player to piece together. I could swap. I could have swapped Robo in to do the front of Geno. Wouldn't have been like a crazy play. Instead of going to Woe this way. But I think it's neither here nor there. But Robo is a real option. In fact, think about this for a second. For a second, I'm going to swap him in because I think I have Super Volt, and Super Volt would actually be helpful for some of the fights I'm missing tools for right now. I hadn't really reconsidered Robo after getting Chrono. And since tabs are so plentiful, it's not going to be a huge deal. So this fight should get me that, and then I'll have it for the boss. Excellent. Oh, I didn't. I must be missing something. Or I unlocked it earlier in the seed. Is it Shock and Luminaire? Bet. No, I don't have Luminaire. Yeah, you're right. It is Shock and Luminaire. But it's still another good AoE in case we run into a mutant or Nizbal, something like that. Nizbal 2 especially. Okay, it's Yakra. This is going to be a lot more HP than the boss that would normally be here. And we would have been okay with Ayla. Frog, stop that. The tech rando on this is rough. This seed. Come on, robot. All right. And then come on back up, frog. Yeah, frog. I thought you might say that. Nice. Okay. Okay. And the coolest mountain is available. All right. So, I'm going to use Robo to get through these faster. Hopefully that will get us our AoEs on the others, because I don't think Lightning 2 on Chrono will finish. His spells tend to be too reliant on him getting high levels to do good damage. But Shock should do a lot closer. Like, we needed 830. Let's see what Shock does, and then we'll just start with Shock next time. Oh, Shock's not doing as much. I guess I have pumped a lot of magic tabs into Chrono that I haven't put into Robo. But not having to wait for 2 cycles is nice. All right. We're not going to fight a lot of rebels, but a couple rebels would be nice if we got them fast. I was hoping Ayla would help. Frog's hit's bad, but he's going to be the one to do it. We're just so close to like important text right now. Yeah, that water two's everything. Okay. And that is why I've been hoping to find that for Frog, our boy. Just want to make sure that everybody filled up, and then we're set. So there's a lot of difference between like a loot run of Mount Woe and a speed run of Mount Woe. We're okay on loot, and we're late. So we are just sprinting through here. But this fight, a lot of people run from this fight. I think this fight is worth taking. And the reason I think this fight is worth taking is because most of the tech point gains in this game are based on how many enemies are in a fight. This counts as having a ton of enemies, and I don't know. I think it's worth the 10 seconds or so because it's kind of absurd gains. 44. That's almost a rubble. Except you know you'll kill it. Same thing for this one. It's worth quite a bit, and it's not that much faster to run from if you can one-shot it. Clean. We will gear up before we start the boss up here. This is a fight I don't usually mess around with because confuse can be really scary. All right. So now I'm going to take one more look at my techs. I'm about to get 2 important techs, so I'm taking this rebel. Come on, Frog. You've got your best sword. You got to at least hit something with it. Good stuff, Frog. Alright. So that gets us a couple more options. And our fast frog AoE is working out nicely. Okay. We're going. If this is sword piece, I'm gonna feel sad. I'm gonna be real. If this is gate key, I'm like, that's okay. Okay. I said I would gear everybody up real quick. Alright, I like Silver Stud on her for her dual techs. Prism Specs is nice. Nova Armor's great. Means Dark is going to be better. Mermaid Cap. Blackmail. Hero's Medal. Perfect. Okay. Let's see what we're fighting. We're ready for about anything now. We're starting to really come together as a team. Our dual techs are showing up. It's Atropos. Okay. Atropos, I hope you like Dropkick. Yeah. I think she likes it a lot, actually. I'm really happy to have life now on Chrono. That's like a really nice oh shit button on a character you can get beefy really easy. Goodbye. Bye. So if this is Sword Piece, I still got to go through Magus Castle. But I'm pretty quick at Magus Castle. If this is Gate Key, it could lead to, like, the clone. Or this could be the clone straight up because Genodome could be progression in another way. So, lots of ways this could go, actually. Sword Piece feels right, though. Oh, Dreamstone. So I still need Gate Key. Interesting. Okay, so Geno too. So it's Woe and Geno. So this has to be either Gate Key or something into Gate Key. And then we also have Moonstone, but we would need Gate Key for it as well. Water 2 is almost certainly enough for the outside here, but probably not for the inside. Lightning 2 will hit hard, because they're weak to it. I have Luminaire if that's not enough. So this is really kind of my damage check. Okay, that means Luminaire will be needed inside, because they're at, like, closer to 1200 health. This is gonna fill out our tech list though, coming through here. My mentee is gonna hate this seed. Although honestly, like if you didn't remember Woe through Factory, you would come here, and it would lead you some way somehow to the gate key. So not too bad actually. This is a funny turn of events for like the end of a seed. Misinput. So we'll ether Chrono up and switch to Luminaire for the other fights that we have to take in here. I don't want to put any more power tabs on Chrono. Alright, and then this one's a speed race. And we should win with Frog pretty easily. Alright. Cool. I gotta wait for Chrono. And switch to Luminaire. And then I should be aight. Oh no, they'd had 1024. So I would have been okay. I probably would have been okay with Lightning too with the amount of magic tabs I've used. Okay. These fights are so valuable though. Okay. So that's pretty cool that Lightning 2 is enough here. That'll save me some MP. Yeah, this could be Toma's Pop. This could be... Ooh. I'm hoping Gate Key is where all this is leading, though. Like, it has to eventually lead there. But I'm hoping it's, like, one of the early options, you know? Got it! That's a conveyor skip. Oh, I hate that teammate bump, but that one wasn't bad. You can really get this robot stuck in some dumb places because your second and third party member have physics. So wait for him to get to the last nub, and then we sprint for that speed tab. And then there's a spot you will just want to take some extra care to make sure he doesn't get caught on, because it will cause you quite a ruckus. And it's another one where you just got to kind of keep your party members in line. But you want to let him get all the way to this hallway before you pull him down. He can get stuck really easy to the right of that hallway. Come on, fella. Doing good. He's actually moving really well for me. I will take that. That felt nice. I need ethers and shelters before I head wherever I head next. Okay, cool. Water 2, water 2, water 2, head into the boss. And again, if you haven't been in the or in the jam before, there's a QR code you can scan with your Spotify device, and that will get you listening to what my DJ's playing for me. And otherwise, put on your own stuff. Have a libation of your choice if you indulge in anything, and we'll see what Mother Brain Spot is going to be. The good news is this can't be sword piece, which actually means sword piece has to be. Am I right about that? This can't be sword piece because it wouldn't lead to somewhere to get gate key. I think. Okay. I don't want to waste those, so we're just going to roll with what we have. I'm not too scared of this boss. And this is a-okay, because we ended up getting that water too. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. It's going to be better to just wait and do dropkick, because dropkick can't miss. I'm just going to wait for them. I don't see any sense in having Chrono do nothing here. Alright, that should do it. Yeah, gate key has to be at the end of this exact chain. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I was gonna say it can't be sword because sword wouldn't lead to another key item spot. So we are on the road now. I'll take that cake. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna make sure I have enough revives and shelters, especially revives, because I think I had to use a couple. Okay. It's a lot of shelters, but I just don't want to run out. We still need ethers too. So we're gonna look for that. This is where having a good memory would be good because you could remember where you found them earlier in the seed. Dang, really bad luck on it. Maybe it's a Medina. Is this the mayor? Yeah, that means it's the other. We can check this guy. You got ethers? Hey, you're a good man. Okay. So now back to what we were doing. All right. That's funny because I could have gambled on Gino when I first got to the future. I thought about it, but I really wasn't set up for it. I didn't have like the heavy hitting AoEs I really would have needed. This is all gonna work out. We're on a go mode. We're on a fast go mode. Like it's late, but we got one that's pretty quick. It's not like we're gonna have to run through all of Magus Castle now. So then Reptite would have been like Thomas Pop into Sword Piece, and Moonstone maybe would have been the other. Alright, so hold straight up here and run in through this door. And our water twos should do this, so we're not gonna save a lot by running. I'm gonna water two. Especially with Lapis drops. That'll be nice later. That'll be nice anytime Ayla is in a boss that she can't really help with. Very nice. But sometimes the seed gonna do this to you, and it's like being able to figure out how it's mapped out. Magus was on Dactyl. Alright, that gets us going to the rest of Tyrano. Up and left here after a short pause when you enter the room. And then all the way to the top here, look for the row of bricks and run straight. And opposite a giant's claw. And that skip I can never get. I've worked with some of the best players. And I'm actually just going to run from this. This fight is so not worth it. So I'm going to try to make sure I run before that Water 2 goes off, because Water 2 would not have finished that fight. Alright, one of the Nizbles. Alright, we're gonna charm this thing. Because again, it's a fight Ayla's not gonna bring a lot to the table at the start. And this is Nizbal 1. So we just want to do the lightning into drop kicks. So actually, Ayla's gonna be awesome for this. Yeah, that's great damage. Should be able to one cycle him. A lot of tech points, a lot of XP. Confuse is nice, but spin cut is really tied to most of our good techs. Here we're going to make a big V. Use those nubs to know where to go up and down. The little up and down bricks. Here we just want to push straight up. And then the key to here... real quick, let me figure out my speed situation. Okay. He has life, so I'm giving him the speed. Okay, so when you leave here, your second and third character can hit these buttons too. So I always go up and back down, and that makes sure that they won't. Because I have lost runs to that before. And then we want to go straight. Oh, I'm a dumb. I did all the movement right through there. But I needed to push this button. So yeah, we save. We run back in the mouth. We walk back down. None of our guys will hit that extra button and wipe us or put us in a fight we don't need. And just straight across the bottom, and then same thing as down below, except this one always works. And then we go up to Azala. So again, for this fight, we're going to magic Azala down, and then just start hammering away at Tyranno when his defense goes down. Dropkick will be everything. Or we can set up to do a dual tech with Chrono, and then have like Frog leap slashing on his own, which might be the most efficient. It's a really nice amount of damage. I'll throw out a charm, and it'll go to Tyranno if this kills. That Luminaire just does so much right now with my magic tab usage. Ooh, I got something. Red mail. That could come in handy if it's twin golems. So I can take a second to look at my stuff. So I could use Spire and Triple Kick. So we'll compare Spire and Triple Kick to that amount of damage. So that was 3,000 damage. And that's 2,700, and Ayla hasn't gone yet. So yeah, that's pretty decent. That's better than anything Chrono would do by himself, alongside Dropkick. Alright, that kills. Alright, so this will take us to Zeal. We already have shelters, we have regular ethers, we bought extra mid tonics about halfway through, and we haven't had to use them like crazy, so we're just gonna head straight up to the palace. Alright, grab our free shelter. And speed time, which I'll use on Ayla, because I don't want Chrono to tie. I don't want Chrono to be too close to Frog speed. Okay, none of that is great. We have some protection, so we're probably alright. Ooh, a swallow. Alright, we're gonna sell a couple weapons real quick. And I'd like to get an amulet, so we're gonna try to make that happen real quick. Oh, shield, that's awesome. Keep prism specs. We didn't ever get a gold earring, but the mana is going to be a problem. So I don't necessarily want to, Oh no, I wanted white mail. For Lavos. Okay. I feel pretty alright with this. Let's do it. Okay. So, we're going to hit the save point. We already have a shelter, so we don't have to do anything else there. Just drop our save and head for the door. And we got a dragon tank. Good thing we've been buffing up water 2 all game. I'd like to get Falcon hit. Will Water 2 do it? No. But I already queued up another, so we're set. Ooh, dash ring. We don't really need a dash ring, but normally that'd be pretty nice. So Reptite Lair was would have been either Sword Piece or Toma's Pop, and then Toma's Pop would have been hmm. I'm not sure. There's something I'm missing here. Oh, water 2 is a little weak right now. It's unfortunate because in the middle there, like as soon as I got it until now, it's been pretty strong actually. But that's okay as long as we're aware of it. Alright, I gotta look at who's got more HP between Frog and Ayla, and it's Ayla. So I want to keep Ayla at the front of the party. Alright, blue mail. Alright, last check here. See if there's anything coming. Ooh. Unironically, spin cut would be massive. So we are going to make sure that we will get that. Alright, Luminaire is going to get us through this fight way faster. And we don't need to do this a lot either. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, that'll do it. So we don't have to do this a lot because it's 80 tech points each one. And we just need to make sure that we'll get 500 by twin. So I'm probably going to do this like 4 times. My HPs are in pretty decent spots. I feel like all of our dual techs are coming together. So like that's 240 of it. So we'll do one more and then we'll head down. And yeah, I thought I had enough MP for one more, but I was hoping. Alright, that's 320. See, if you hit one, hit them all. Man, I used to be able to skip those every single time. Hope lightning works on these guys. Some of these weird enemies just have like the weirdest immunities, and you're so used to coming through with fire that you don't always know them. It's like a couple enemies in Magus Castle that are like that. Alright, that should be enough with the gold earring. And then we want to make sure we get Dino Tail queued. We can take a couple more blasts if we're worried about it. And maybe we will, just in case. Let's do it. Okay, that'll do it. Gold earring is better than prism specs for determining the damage for that scouter fight. All right. Now the important thing is to not shelter at this save point and to instead just ether. Oh, that's annoying actually. I did not mean to get into that. Okay. Okay. So here's our damage check. We can make sure Dino Tail's going to do it. I'm pretty confident it will. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got like over 500 missing HP. So we are a-okay. Gonna ether. Make sure that we've got enough for the whole elevator. And then we're ready to go. Alright, Dino Tail. That'll do it. 2020. Yeah, Falcon hit X strike. Falcon hit is also usable for this if like somehow you got here and you didn't have Dino Tail. Falcon hit will get you through these two because it's a physical AoE. There's a few bosses Falcon hit would be nice for too. Giga Gaia. Lots of lapises. I'm very happy about that. That should do it. That'll do it. All right. There's one. There's two. All right. We got Yakras. This should be all right. What I might actually do is I might actually water 2 Falcon Strike. Because my worry is that single target is just gonna feel so slow. If Falcon Hit does like respectable damage compared to Water 2, yeah, I think this is fine. I'm doing a little bit less damage per dual tech, but I'm doing it to both like both enemies. Frog's taking a break. His Water 2 sure was nice while we had it. Frog? Frog? Bad frog. Uh-oh. Oh no. Why Ayla every time? Frog, just just stop trying to help my guy. Just sit down, take a break, have a soda pop. If we have a Thomas pop, you can have it. That's okay. Good work, Frog. Alright, we're only 32 minutes above average, but this is a pretty bad seed as far as like where key items were placed and the expected route. Geno to gate key is a little rough when gate key guards seemingly both of the go modes. Yeah, it gated both or all 3 of the go modes, right? No, yes, it did because it also blocked Moonstone. The gate key also blocked Moonstone. So that's like the perfect example of a seed where gate keys locked behind something wild. Yeah, Geno's a hard gate for all go modes, and you don't. My mentee and I were just talking about situations. I couldn't think of ones that didn't involve like Marl being on Dactyl, but that's a really good example. So this will be a great seed to talk about. We're gonna head into Lavos Shell. Feeling prepared, I might add. We are very strong. Very strong. This is one of my favorite teams. Use buff deck strike. Dead. Alright. The nice thing is we can do multi-bit strats for Lavos 3 if we end up needing to. And did I equip? Did I buy something for Chrono? No. Okay, we're okay. Can I get a helm on Frog that would protect him? Yes. Okay. All right, we got interesting options for techs for some of these fights. So, all right, big old bananas, but he can take it. We took both branches. It's great news. And then we're gonna drop kick one of the arms to finish. Yep. Now Chrono, Lapis, so that we've got everybody healthy when we go into obstacle here. All right, that's gonna put us into the second phase. And we should be okay through this. Yes. All right. Got about 4,000 HP left. That knocks him down to about 700. And that knocks him down to rubble. Nova armor. Opens up helm options. Does that matter? I like the white mail I've got on Frog. Hmm. Okay. So I always walk people through this in case a new player's watching. Wait until the screen gets as black as the back of your emulator window. I actually missed it there. That's hilarious. Okay. But the main thing I wanted to look at. Okay, I don't. If I put this on him, then I can give Ayla protection too. Would be the big benefit. Oh, she's already got protection. Okay, we're okay, and we're going to Prism specs for this. Let's do it. All right, hit a real heavy drop kick, take out half his health. All right, don't hit Chrono. Okay, good. That's like best possible person, I think. Okay, don't get. Oh, you're a jerk. Okay. That's unfortunate, is what that is. So now we're gonna end up in a small heal loop. Really isn't bad, though. And we don't have Grandstone coming. We're okay. This is super easy to fix. Okay, that takes our HP to half. This will finish center bit, and then while we're waiting for defense to go down, we revive Megalixir, and then we one cycle this fight, so we're okay. Yeah, this is okay. As long as this finishes center. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's just be confident. Let's just make 100% sure, because this is not hard to get out of, as long as this center guy dies. Alright. Then we do this. That gets everybody ready to attack. And we start counting damage. Alright, 4. And Frog's the fastest character. So that's about 7. Alright, that's 11. Use our Magician Chrono, so we can get that to 13. We're going to hit that. That's going to get us to drop kick, and if the defense doesn't go down, we have it. Or if the defense doesn't go back up. Okay. That could have been worse, but that placement was rough. That placement would throw a lot of people for a loop. But it's so funny because he literally asked me about situations, and most of them I could think of were like Woe holding pendant. I didn't think about like Woe could have held gate key, and gate key could have held both go modes or all three in this case. So that was interesting. So, but we got through it. I think that my seed will show a lot of things that my mentee can learn from as far as like dealing with bad techs, and I don't know. I ended up with a strong team by the end, but it was rough. So, thanks for checking it out, everybody, and I will catch you next time.